And then you got the NFC South, the Falcons taking on the Panthers. Again, Panthers really need a push here. They're not going to make the playoffs, but they would like to imagine that they will. And the game is in Carolina. Cam Newton will probably tear apart the Falcons defense. And even though the Falcons are coming off a big win, the Falcons are basically just a lost cause at this point. They really don't have a reason to be playing at a high level unless they, like, all that does is put them lower in the draft for a draft pick. So expect the Panthers to win this game. Expect the same thing from the Giants and Colts game. I know the Giants have been putting up like a fight lately, even though they did get shut out today. But Saquon Barkley, other than if Baker Mayfield somehow gets the Cleveland Browns to the playoffs, Saquon Barkley will probably be the offensive rookie of the year this year. But the Colts, they are in the playoffs right now, and they want to keep that. Andrew Luck has been hot. I mean, he didn't throw a touchdown last game, but he still had a really good game overall. They shut out the Cowboys, so I think this game should be pretty easy, especially since at home. So expect the Colts to take this game easily. Then you got the Jaguars Dolphins, and this game was actually pretty difficult because the Jaguars defense is so freaking bipolar that this game could go to the Jaguars, but also their offense is just so bad. They need a quarterback more than anything else. And the Dolphins, they technically, their record would make you think that they're not horrible when in fact they are. But since the game is in Miami, I'm going to give the edge to them. They'll probably run the ball a little bit more than passing because Tannehill hasn't been very good lately. And you got the NFC South, and you got the Rams taking on the Cardinals. I know the Rams have been a little slow lately, but this is the Cardinals, so I don't even need to go into like detail about this game. Rams are going to win. Kind of the same thing with the Bears. The Bears offense obviously isn't as good as other teams with the record that they have, but their defense is absolutely phenomenal. And the Niners, as much as I kind of like Nick Mullen, but I mean, as much as I like him, he's not going to be able to take this team apart. I know that they beat Seattle, but that's just because like Seattle, they did not look good at all this week. But the Bears are going to take this game just because of their defense. Mitch Trubisky will probably get 2 touchdowns, but if not, 1 and probably an interception. And to me, this is the game of the week, not just because I'm a Steeler fan, but because this is a really important game for both teams. Saints are still kind of recovering from that loss to the Cowboys, and they definitely had that stumble against the Buccaneers where it seemed a little closer than it probably should have been. So they're trying to reform their identity. I mean, in the end, I'll probably expect the Saints to win this game. The Steelers are in the same situation, though, as they lost 3 in a row to teams that they should have easily beaten, but then somehow beat the Patriots, and they really need that playoff push. But since I am expecting the Ravens to lose, that'll probably provide a nice cushion for the Steelers. So knowing them, whenever they can take advantage of situations where it would really put them ahead, they usually don't. So if I had to guess, especially since the game is in New Orleans, Pittsburgh will probably drop this game. It'll probably be a shootout if I had to guess. Sunday night, the Chiefs go to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. As good as the Seahawks have been lately, except for today, I guess, but even though the game is in Seattle, I'm still going to give the Chiefs the edge on this one. They're coming off of a loss to Los Angeles, and they really need to regain some momentum for the playoff push that they need. Even though they are riding behind a sophomore quarterback in Patrick Mahomes, they probably won't go very far in the playoffs, but they want that good 1st or 2nd seed lock, so they're going to play their hearts out for this game. And then the last game of the week, you've got the Broncos going to Oakland, and this is another game where it could be easy, but at the same time, it could be just a completely wrong prediction. The Raiders just don't look good at all. They did come off that win against Pittsburgh, but that's just because of the way Pittsburgh is, not salty or anything. But the Broncos' run game is just so good, and their front 7 is absolutely phenomenal on defense. They'll be able to put pressure on Derek Carr, and their secondaries would be playing at a pretty high level as well. His biggest targets right now are probably either Cook or Richard, and that's just because his wide receivers, even though he has Jordy Nelson, Martavis Bryant, they just haven't been very big factors this year. And the Raiders, they're still kind of looking to lose so that they can get a good pick in the draft. So expect the Broncos to take this game, even though it is in Oakland. If you guys do want me to do more predictions, I'm definitely going to do the last week as well. I'll do that one a week from today, and then I might do the playoffs if you guys want me to. But other than that, thanks for leaving this video here. I'm GG, on top. I'll see you guys next episode. See you guys later.